30 seconds until broadcast. Mark.
From Baumhower's Victory Grille in Auburn, Tiger Talk is on the air. Tiger Talk is presented by Alfa Insurance. Auto, home, life, business. Alfa Insurance covers it all. Tweet questions at AU Sports Network or email aubtigertalk@gmail.com. Tonight's show is also brought to you by Alabama Power, proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers. Alabama Power, power for a better Alabama. By Wind Creek Hotel and Casino. With 3 Alabama locations in Atmore, Montgomery, and Wetumpka, you can escape every day at Wind Creek Hotel and Casino and windcreekcasino.com. The Alabama Department of Public Health. Don't wait. Vaccinate. Protect yourself and others by staying current on all recommended vaccines. Visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM. And by the simple southern goodness of Golden Flake, celebrating 66 years as the official salty snack of the Auburn Tigers. Now, the host of Tiger Talk, alongside Brad Law, here's the voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham.
4-0 start in Southeastern Conference play, and Auburn plays a much-improved Ole Miss team Saturday night before back on the road with 2 games next week, and we're here to talk about it tonight. Good evening and War Eagle. This is Tiger Talk, presented by Alfa Insurance from Baumhower's Victory Grille with Brad Law and Jacob Hillman. I'm Andy Burcham. Right off the bat tonight, we'll talk Auburn Gymnastics with head coach Jeff Graba. 12th-ranked Tigers host number 7 Florida tomorrow evening at 5 at Neville Arena. Auburn basketball coach Bruce Pearl joins tonight. 11th-ranked Tigers are home against Ole Miss Saturday night. Brad and Jacob will join me on the call at 7. The Tigers play at Alabama next Wednesday. Also tonight, Tigers guard Denver Jones scheduled to be with us at Baumhower's. He's become a defensive stopper at the top of that Auburn defense. Auburn women's basketball played at Vandy this afternoon. Tigers lost a heartbreaker 53-50. Auburn will host Alabama on Sunday at 2 as DeWanna Bonner's number and name will go in the Raptors at Neville Arena. Britt Bowen, Dr. Larry DeShare with the call in AU 100 locally starting at 1:45. Track and field spends the weekend at the Vanderbilt Invitational starting tomorrow. 11th-ranked women's tennis goes to number 1 North Carolina tomorrow at 10. Men's tennis will host Tulane tomorrow at 10, then Alabama A&M at 3:30 at the Yarborough Tennis Center. Stay tuned. We're back with Jeff Graba as Tiger Talk, presented by Alfa Insurance from Baumhower's Victory Grille, continues in a moment.
What you doing? Yeah, you. Listening to this ad right now. What you up to? Well, if you have auto insurance through Alfa, you know what you're not doing? Worrying about claims or stressing over coverage. Alfa handles the details for you so you can keep doing whatever you're doing. That's life with Alfa Insurance. Visit alfainsurance.com to learn more.
Kia of Auburn is happy to connect the Kia brand to the Auburn fans. Our winning lineup has something for everyone at almost any budget. SUVs like the Telluride, Sorrento, and Sportage. You prefer a sedan? Check out the Rio, Forte, Soul, or the Sporty Stinger. And don't forget our new multi-purpose vehicles, the Carnival, or our amazing hybrid or electric vehicles. Kia of Auburn is a proud supporter of Auburn athletics. Kia of Auburn, where you're always number 1. Whoa, Rico.
This is the moment you've been waiting for.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our home.
When you step onto the court and into the spotlight. The moment to show that hard work and long days pay off. Because when that final shot leaves your hands and we leave our seats, that powerful moment connects us all.
Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers.
Power for a better Alabama.
War Eagle, it's a great day for Auburn Tigers to get vaccinated. Many children and adults that delayed vaccinations during the pandemic are still behind schedule. It's crucial that we take steps to get everyone back on track with their routine immunizations. Children and teens can still catch up on their vaccinations even if they start late. Make sure you and your family are all up to date on all recommended vaccines, including COVID-19 and flu. Let's all do our part to get back on track. Don't wait. Vaccinate. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM.
Don't stop planning for your future. Don't stop investing in your kids' education. Don't stop dreaming of that new home. And don't stop growing your business. Whatever you're passionate or dreaming about, don't stop. Because when you have a bank you can trust, you have the confidence to take on tomorrow. Speak with a Trustmark associate today for advice on achieving your goals. Trustmark. People you trust, advice that works. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Submit questions by emailing aubtigertalk@gmail.com. Now, back to Tiger Talk, presented by Alfa Insurance.
Joining us next on the show, Gymnastics coach Jeff Graba. After I remind you that tonight's show is presented by Alfa Insurance. Don't get tackled by inadequate insurance coverage. Safeguard your home, car, business, and more with Alfa Insurance. Before the little things become big things, visit alfainsurance.com. All right, Coach Graba is here. The Tigers take on the Florida Gators. Really, you're taking on yourself. You're looking for that constant improvement, especially early on in the season. Just initial thoughts on the matchup with Florida tomorrow afternoon at 5 o'clock.
Well, first thought is 5 o'clock. I've never had a 5 o'clock meet before in Neville Arena. The good thing is that means we're on TV. The reason they're doing that is they're trying to get more gymnastics on the network, so that's exciting. But, you know, what else are you going to say? You're meeting up against one of the best teams in the country. It's in, I believe, the best atmosphere in the country in Neville Arena, and it's another opportunity for us to grow. You know, it's early in our year. We have a lot of moving parts right now, but I'm looking at it as an exciting opportunity to get to know my team a little bit better.
You went over 196 in the opener at Las Vegas, over 197 last weekend against Kentucky. What have you learned about your squad after the first 2 weekends of competition?
Pretty good. I mean, we're strong. We're fighters. We're good at that. I still think we have to get our consistency figured out. I think there's a lot of opportunities for new people in new positions and existing people who had positions before that are now moving into different areas. We lost some anchor positions with the departure of Suni Lee and Darion Goulburn, but we're not moving new people into those positions. We're moving veterans into new positions. Okay. So a lot of it is just it's math. It's can we build scores? Do people feel comfortable in certain areas? And then also working some new people in. So I've learned we're tough. I've learned we're gritty. I already knew. I just love the fact that it confirmed that we're capable of really high scores. But we got to start the process of getting predictable now.
How much more do you get out of, or how different is the evaluation from these first two meets relative to all of the work and the practice and the workouts leading up to the start of the season?
You learn a lot in practice. We try to, first off, you know what their potential is in practice, and you start to figure out who's consistent. You try to increase potential scoring, but sometimes in practice it confirms that's a bad idea, and sometimes it confirms it's a good idea. What you learn now is when the green flag goes up, you know, the light goes on, and you're in front of 10,000 people and on national TV, some people rise a little bit more. Some people are exactly what you thought they were, and some people need some additional opportunities to get better, and we're working through the kinks on that. But everybody's stepped up, everybody's done a good job, but it is a learning process. But my goal is to get done learning in January.
Yeah. You ready for the really good questions now? We're about to go to the audience.
Oh yeah.
All right. Jacob, take it away.
Julie from Arizona leads us off.
Hey Coach, War Eagle.
War Eagle.
So I'm a very competitive person. Wins and losses mean a lot to me. But in gymnastics, it really doesn't. Brad kind of alluded to that. You go into a meet, and do you have a score that you are hoping to attain? And is that for the team or for the individuals doing the routines?
Yes, both. So in Las Vegas, my goal was I felt like we're capable of a 196.5 on a medium night. But you don't know what the judges are going to act like that night. You have no idea how they're going to score you. So you got to be careful with that. I keep that to myself. I felt like we had a really good meet, not a great meet, a good meet in Las Vegas and went 196.6. So then the next step is come back here, build off of that. And I feel like we are a 197 team on a normal night now, on a bad night now. And so that was what was beneficial to see. We were very sick. We were very tired. We had a day less rest than Kentucky and started school on that Wednesday. So there was a lot of factors into me thinking 197 was a good night. Here's the thing about the wins and losses. You don't have to win anything until the postseason. The score means everything. And in the postseason, the score means nothing, and all you have to do is win. So eventually we're going to have to win. But right now we have to be careful we don't put that ahead of scoring well.
Without going into specifics, have you ever just lost it on a judge?
Publicly, not as much.
Okay.
Yes, I have said some things I'd like to take back. I wouldn't say maybe people. I say it just close enough that they can hear it, but not so that I'm caught on camera.
Right.
But yes, it has never been beneficial. So I'm just. That's why I don't say much.
Understand.
Yeah. All right, back to the audience.
Herb is next.
War Eagle.
War Eagle.
You've already touched on a little bit of what I was going to ask, but seems like you were so close even last week to a very high score. You had to count a low beam score and a couple other places, and I think you're right there to the 198s and higher, and hope to see that soon. So I'll ask you about Florida. Do they still have a bunch of 10.0 girls, or did they graduate and Florida reloaded? I know it's one or the other.
It's a mixture of both. They still have people, but they're in the same boat as us. A lot of their people some of their people are trying for the Olympics, like Suni's trying for the Olympics. So even though they're still part of Florida's team, they are not full speed or they're not there. They might be off campus taking a year off trying for the Olympic runs. So neither of us is rebuilding. I think both of us we are just different than we were, and so I agree with you. We're a high 197. We're capable of 198s. I just think we're less predictable than we were, but that doesn't mean by February we're not going to be predictable. I think we're really dangerous. I think we're underranked. I think we're underappreciated, and I think it's quite refreshing to not have the spotlight on us like we had the last 2 years. So it'd be nice to sneak up on somebody once in a while.
Do you feel that the ceiling is higher with this team?
I think the ceiling is just as high with this team as it was with the last team. But we have more work to do with this team. We have a lot more polishing to do on some of the routines.
Yeah. Back to the audience for probably our youngest question of the night.
A young gymnast as well. Here's Cameron.
Are you happy that Cassie's back?
That's a really good question. I don't think I can quantify how happy I am that Aria Brush and Cassie Stevens are back. So we brought 10 new people on this team. We have 21 people on this team. And when those two decided to come back, they bring a lot of experience. They're a class that has been through the pandemic. So they've had their season wiped out. They've made the Final Four. So they've had the whole run of everything that can possibly happen. They've both been sick. They've both been injured. They've both dealt with everything you need to deal with. So our juniors and seniors are basically teaching our new people, half the team, like every day, what it takes to compete in the SEC, what it takes to compete for Auburn. So, yes, I'm ecstatic that Cassie's back.
It's a very good question, Cameron.
Plus, she makes me look like a really good coach once in a while. So.
All right, does Julie have another question, or is it somebody else at the table?
It's Michael right here in the same booth.
Michael.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Here he is.
All right, so Coach, Neville Arena for gymnastics is probably one of the most underrated environments for gymnastics. So my grandmother told me to never paint myself so I can't be a gymnastics. But have you ever thought about painting yourself for one gymnastics meet that you're not coaching in?
Oh, boy. Well, I'd have to get that through my family. I'm pretty sure my wife wouldn't want to see that. My roommate in college painted himself. John Roethlisberger was here and ended up jumping in the gymnastics section, and he loved it. He encourages me to do that. If he does it again, he definitely wants me to go over there. The problem is I probably won't coach the rest of the night, which actually might be good. You just never know. We might actually knock it out of the park at that point. So I would encourage you to maybe bring your grandma in and both you paint up. I think that'd be fantastic.
I agree with that. All right, who do you have? You've got family here tonight, right?
I do. I have my mom and dad are here, and my cousin Rick, my cousin Sherry, and his wife Sherry. So
wonderful. We're glad to have you
so
here
my
tonight.
mom and dad are here. You cannot put my mom on the radio.
Really?
Oh, no.
Because it's live radio? Okay.
It's live. Watch out.
Okay. See, Andy will take that as a challenge, though, Coach. He, wait until the last segment. We'll just see what. Tell him he can't do something. All right.
I won't be here anymore.
That's right. All right. 5 o'clock tomorrow, Neville Arena, Auburn in Florida. Really looking forward to it. Looking forward to a rowdy environment. As always, it's such an enjoyable place to be.
And 3:30 doors open.
Yeah.
So get there for doors open.
That's right. Yep. Get there early. Get settled in. Get loud. Enjoy it.
Yeah, warm it up.
War Eagle.
Right. War Eagle.
Thank you.
All right. Auburn Gymnastics coach Jeff Graba getting us started here tonight on Tiger Talk. When we come back, we'll talk things over with men's basketball head coach Bruce Pearl. That is next, and this is the Auburn Sports Network from Playfly.
Get comprehensive coverage of every Auburn basketball game right here on the Auburn Sports Network on the Regions Bank postgame show. Analysis, scores, stats, plus an exclusive interview with head coach Bruce Pearl. Regions Bank is proud to be the official bank of the SEC. Don't go anywhere after the final buzzer. Stay tuned for the Regions Bank postgame show, only on the Auburn Sports Network.
Hey, it's Bruce Pearl. When you find a player who's electric, what a game changer. Like the all-electric Ford F-150 Lightning truck. It's got the performance you'd expect from an F-150, plus state-of-the-art tech like intelligent backup power. So if the lights go out at your properly equipped house, you've got the power to turn them back on. Game changing, that's what I'm talking about. See your local Ford dealer to learn more about the F-150 Lightning. Available at Ford EV certified dealers only. Some models, trims, and features may not be available and may be subject to change.
Tiger fans, it's game day. Time to put on the team colors, set up the tailgate, and enjoy some football. Of course, no tailgate is complete without Golden Flake snacks. From our crispy potato chips and light and airy pork skins to our deliciously cheesy cheese puffs, you're certain to score big. So grab a bag of Golden Flake or any of our other delicious snacks from the Utz family of brands. It's game time. Tailgate with Golden Flake, celebrating 66 years as the official salty snack of the Auburn Tigers.
Hey, I'm Charles Barkley. Call for a Redmont and water at bars and restaurants throughout the great state of Alabama. Redmont Vodka, available at select ABC stores and package stores. Redmont Vodka is 8 times distilled, gluten-free, and is made from non-GMO corn. Looking to support a local business? Redmont Distilling is Alabama proud and minority owned. Learn more online at redmontdistilling.com.
Welcome back on Tiger Talk from Baumhower's Victory Grill. Glad to be with you tonight. Certainly brought to you by Alfa Insurance, along with Brad Law, Jacob Hillman. I'm Andy Burcham. Tonight's show brought to you by the Alabama Department of Public Health, who remind you, don't wait, vaccinate. Protect yourself and others by getting all recommended vaccines, including COVID and flu. Visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM. Time now to welcome to Tiger Talk Auburn men's basketball coach Bruce Pearl.
Hey, guys, War Eagle.
Glad to have you here tonight.
Wait. Hey, guys, War Eagle. That's better.
Much
better.
They are paying attention after all.
They are. Yep.
Yeah. When you speak, they listen. That's good.
Like E.F. Hutton.
It's just like E.F. Hutton, as a matter of fact. All right. I know you have moved on to Ole Miss. I know that's where your focus went almost immediately after the game. But let's kind of tie a bow around the win last night at Vanderbilt. You build a 17-point halftime lead and go on to win it by 15. Another tremendous. Your bigs really played well for you last night.
They did. We had the advantage on the inside against Vanderbilt, and we took advantage of it. Janai offensively, but and Dylan, in every which way, defensively, rebound the ball in transition. And, listening to Coach Stackhouse after the game, it's like, he's like, man, when they go to the bench, it's not easier. You think, well, Janai Broome, let's get Broome in foul trouble. Let's do this and let's do that. And then you got to deal with Dylan on the defensive end and, affecting shots and things along those lines. And I was with Seth Greenberg today with ESPN. We did a little something. And the thing is, guys that are coming out of the bench, Dylan Carwell or Katie Johnson or Chad Baker or Trey Donaldson, those 4 guys. Cheney would be a little different behind Jim. And all 4 of them could or should or might be starters, but they're not. And yet they accept their willingness to accept their roles or at least come off the bench and be great teammates. And part of the reason is because you got good kids in that locker room. They're friends with each other, and they respect each other. And that's been so far that's been a real strength for our team.
After the bowl game, Hugh Freeze talked about one of the things moving forward with the football program was culture in the locker room and that relationship that guys have and have it really for the rest of their lives,
right?
Even after their – what has been the key to the culture with this ball club?
Well, I think first it starts with the people you surround yourself with. What coaches do you hire, and what messages does that say to the player? If you hire recruiters, there's nothing wrong with a recruiter, but if you hire coaches, teachers, fathers, men that are acting the right way on and off the court, and believers, and just look, that's the message you're sending your players about who you want their role models to be, and that's where it starts. Second thing is how many programs have got a 5th-year graduate senior in Jalen Williams, the all-time winningest player in the history of Auburn basketball. That's culture. Dylan Cardwell, 4 years. Chris Moore, 4 years. Katie Johnson, 3 years. And all those kids are really good kids. And what I promise those kids is, hey, you know what? I'm going to bring in guys to this team that you're going to like because they're going to be great kids, hard workers like you. They're going to be good teammates. You bring Cheney Johnson in that locker room. You bring Denver Jones. You bring Aiden Holloway. You bring Chad Baker, and then you develop some you just develop trust. You develop some trust. That's kind of where we're at. It all works when you're winning, right? It all looks really good when you're winning. And adversity, it doesn't build character, it reveals character. So when we have some adverse situations, we're going to have, some revealing moments. And hopefully the fact that we have, been together and that whole Auburn creed, that whole Auburn man and woman thing, it's real. And we try to have it live in our program to the best of our ability.
All right, we're giving away, by the way, that's a great answer.
Well said.
Yeah, we're giving away Outlive shirts tonight, Coach.
No, wait, we can't be giving away Outlive shirts.
Johnny's giving them away.
I've
got them right here.
No, I guarantee you that if you have them, all right?
I do.
All right. Well, then how many shirts?
I think we have 4 here. We're not going to give away all 4 tonight.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, I got $100, and I'm going to just throw an extra 100 in because we're going to give those shirts away, but we got to get them paid for.
I understand.
All right. Okay.
All right.
Because here's the deal.
Yes.
If you knew somebody that was battling cancer, and they were like $50 away from being able to afford the kind of medicine that they really needed, but their copay doesn't pay for it, would you give them the $50?
Yes.
In a heartbeat. So would everybody else in this room. And that's what Outlive's all about. The shirt's a reminder to go get checked. Guys, gals, it's a reminder to go get checked. Because if you don't get checked early and you catch cancer early, you're gonna outlive it. That's the whole point. But then the other thing is, last year we gave $250,000 away in the state of Alabama to patients that were battling cancers for things like copays. And 100% of the money that goes to the Bruce Pearl Foundation for Outlive goes to patients. 100%. I have no costs in my foundation because whatever costs I incur, I donate, and so that's so important that we can be able to say that. So, and there's a way to go online to buy those shirts, isn't there? There is a way to go online.
Yes, absolutely.
Do you guys know what that is?
Outlive.com. Outlive.com.
Just outlive.com?
Yep.
That's it?
That's what Johnny said.
Wow. That's
Johnny also said that the Outlive campaign, the Auburn Outlive campaign, has given away $800,000
over its lifetime.
Yes.
Yeah, over its lifetime.
Yeah.
There's the site right there. Outlive, spell it with an A-U. So A-U-T-L-I-V-E, outlive.com. Awesome. Very simple, just a button. Buy your shirt, donate to Outlive, 2 separate choices.
Boy.
There you go.
I think I could even handle that.
It doesn't get easier than that. All right. So we do have shirts, and we will have at future Tiger Talks opportunities to buy shirts here at Tiger Talk.
And the shirts will be on sale at the game on
yes,
Saturday too, right?
That's right.
Yep.
Yes. That's right. All right. If you want to ask Coach Pearl a question, you can do that a variety of ways. Twitter at AU Sports Network. If you're watching on the YouTube feed, the Auburn Tigers YouTube channel, just put it in the comments section. We'll get it there. You can also ask a question here at the restaurant, and that's what we're going to get ready to do right now.
And Herb is going to ask the first question.
War Eagle, Coach.
Hey, War Eagle, Herb.
I'm going to max your $100 here tonight.
Oh, wow. That's awesome, man.
Nice.
Oh, that's great. Here's mine right there.
So if we ask if you're going to paint yourself and join the gymnastics, you're in, right?
Wow. Boy, he just jumped on that, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. No, that ship sailed.
Okay.
That ship sailed a few years ago. Yeah. I mean, back in the day, I looked a little bit more like the Incredible Hulk. Now it's just the Incredible Bulk.
Okay. Well, here's my question. With Ole Miss, you have a coach and a player you're very familiar with, and they're very familiar with you. How much impact does that type of situation have on your game plan as far as trying to get Allen in an uncomfortable position, or is just you go game plan for the team?
Yeah, we absolutely game plan for the team, Herb. You know, I mean, we have some familiarity. It's not something I'm looking forward to. I think transferring is not a terrible thing. I transferred here from Tennessee. John Cohen transferred here from Mississippi State. In life, you've transferred different places, and I think, this is a land of opportunity. I think it's great. I'm not a fan of transferring anytime you want to, because I think at some point we as adults and educators have a responsibility to be adults and educate the kids. And we're teaching them to flee, not fight. I was giving an example. One of the greatest examples of that would have been Duke years ago when Tom Butters was the athletic director. And after the first 3 years, Mike Krzyzewski probably should have lost his job. He just was not winning, and Butters stayed with him. And that turned out pretty well, didn't it?
Sure.
Mm-hmm. And I think there's just more and more examples of that in life as well as in sports and things like that. That said, I'm not looking forward, but Al graduated. And he was an Auburn man. And the point I made the other night, I guess I made it with you, Andy, and I guess it's kind of out there. Look, I don't want the jungle to give him a hard time. He's an Auburn man. He will be forever. But we got to get ready to play one of the more athletic and one of the more physical teams that we'll see. And obviously, they're 15-2. I mean, they've only lost 2 games all year, like us. So
correct.
It's going to be quite a contest.
Right.
And I hear it's a tough ticket. I hear it's like really, really hard to get. So if you got one, good for you.
7:30 Saturday night. Our coverage on the Auburn Sports Network starts at 7. Bruce Pearl, our guest. We're at Baumhower's Victory Grille. This is Tiger Talk. Stay tuned. Tiger Talk continues in a moment.
Auburn fans, this is Coach Hugh Freeze asking for your help. On to Victory has been a crucial supporter of Auburn student athletes. It's important to keep that good work going, so please join On to Victory today, War Eagle.
Hey, I'm Charles Barkley. Call for a Redmont and water at bars and restaurants throughout the great state of Alabama. Redmont Vodka, available at select ABC stores and package stores. Redmont Vodka is 8 times distilled, gluten-free, and is made from non-GMO corn. Looking to support a local business? Redmont Distilling is Alabama proud and minority owned. Learn more online at redmontdistilling.com.
By now, your daily routine is probably a little too routine. Don't you want to change? Don't you want to start playing by your own rules and escape the routine so your fantasy becomes reality? Where every night is an adventure, where new flavors are ready to be tasted, where it feels like you're a winner. Take a chance. Reward yourself. Make your routine anything but routine. Escape every day at Wind Creek Casino and WindCreekCasino.com.
War Eagle, it's a great day for Auburn Tigers to get vaccinated. Many children and adults that delayed vaccinations during the pandemic are still behind schedule. It's crucial that we take steps to get everyone back on track with their routine immunizations. Children and teens can still catch up on their vaccinations even if they start late. Make sure you and your family are all up to date on all recommended vaccines, including COVID-19 and flu. Let's all do our part to get back on track. Don't wait. Vaccinate. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM.
Things we take for granted, ordinary opportunities for parents and their children, can be a foster child's extraordinary. You have the power to do something positive that will change the life of a young person right here in Alabama. Open your heart and open your home to a foster child today. For more information, visit www.dhr.alabama.gov or call 1-866-64-AL-KIDS. Brought to you by the Alabama Department of Human Resources, the Alabama Broadcasters Association, and this station.
This is Coach Hugh Freeze. The support of the Auburn family is vital to the success of our student athletes, and On to Victory plays a crucial role in that. Please help keep that good work going by joining On to Victory today, War Eagle.
You're listening to Tiger Talk from the Auburn Sports Network. Back to Andy and Brad.
All right, we're joined by head coach Bruce Pearl. Head men's basketball coach Bruce Pearl. Tigers and Ole Miss get going Saturday night, 7:30 Central. Tonight's show brought to you in part by Wind Creek Casino and Hotel. 3 Alabama locations, guys, in Atmore, Montgomery, and Wetumpka. And you can escape every day at Wind Creek Casino and Hotel and at windcreekcasino.com. Coach, the questions are coming in on YouTube. They're coming in here at the audience here at Baumhower's Victory Grille. There's also this note from Alexander who says, War Eagle coach, I just beat colon cancer at 29. Thank you for what you do.
Wow,
Said
that's awesome.
Never thought that he'd have to deal with it at such a young age, but really appreciative of all of your efforts there in the Outlive Foundation.
Well, we all know, guys, we do that screening now. We do that prostate cancer screening at the Kentucky game. That'll be in February. And,
it's as simple as a blood test.
I take the test every year.
I do too.
And my numbers were up. And, my numbers were up. And I had to get another level screening. And, I'm definitely a cancer I am definitely a candidate for prostate cancer. I just don't have it maybe yet. But they know that because of those tests, they know I've got to test a little bit more often so that if it does happen, we'll catch it soon enough.
Alexander followed that statement with a question. How much do you love what Leor Berman brings to this team? He's definitely a fan favorite.
Yeah, Leor's terrific. You don't know what Leor brings to us in practice because, with putting Carter Sabera on scholarship, it gave us an opportunity to talk a little bit about the scout team in a sense that, tomorrow, because, today we got home so late last night from a late game against Vanderbilt. We met, we watched tape, we studied Ole Miss a little bit. Believe it or not, we're going to play them tomorrow in practice. Normally we do it 2 days before the game. The guys were exhausted today, so we gave them off a little bit. We just shot and stretched and studied. And then tomorrow at 3 o'clock, we're going to play Ole Miss in my gym against the scout team. And they'll expose all the things that not all, some of the things that we're going to have a hard time with. I mean, I can't duplicate, Ole Miss's personnel. But that's where Leor does such a great job, along with AD and Blake and Carter and Jalen and that whole scout team crew.
Thank you very much for the questions, by the way, online. We'll get to some more of the YouTube questions as we go throughout. Right now, back to the audience.
Julie's here from Arizona.
Hey, Coach, War Eagle.
War Eagle.
So there's no doubt as to the importance of Jalen to the team. But the perfect game last night, it was pretty amazing. How many times in your career have you had players that play significant amount of minutes have a perfect game?
Well, I mean, he was perfect because he was 7 for 7 and 5 for 5 from the line or whatever it was,
Yeah.
But I mean, it's hard to call it, a perfect game. But he obviously played really well. I don't know that I've had very many, count them on one hand. But the great thing about Jalen is he's productive. He's been doing it with some consistency. But now it's going to start happening, and he is going to be a focus of the scouting reports. They're going to really start honing in on Jalen Williams and what he can do, and they may even work really much harder to take him away, which then is going to make it harder for him to do what he's still doing and make some more openings for some other guys, that are out there. But I think the biggest thing is this: fifth-year senior, and just recognize the fact that now is his time, and is just being more assertive, more aggressive without being a pig. Without trying to do too much.
Have you seen that with regard to the scouting, with regard to Janai Broom so far?
Oh, yeah. Janai gets a lot of attention. They work really hard on how to keep the ball out of his hands and things like that. And then when he does get it, where they double him down or strip him and rip him. Yeah, Janai Broom, because he is such a factor for us offensively, is the focal point of all the scout. But you know what? When you're playing 10 or 11 guys, it makes it harder. We're harder to scout because we have so many different parts. I'll tell you what's interesting. And I'm actually going to be able to actually try to use this in recruiting a little bit more. If you think about every one of our players, our point guards, Trey and Aiden, or our two guards, Denver and KD, or our centers, Janai and Dylan, they're different. Every one of those guys are different. They're different. They do different things. They have different strengths and weaknesses, yet they play the same position. The point being, you don't have to be a certain kind of a player to fit into our system. Our system will fit into you and what you bring to the table. And I hadn't really thought about, how much different is Chad Baker and Chris Moore? A lot different in what they do and what they bring, yet they both can be successful at the same position.
We saw Janai go down late in last night's ball game right in front of the Auburn bench. Any update with regard to Janai?
Yeah, he's okay. He's fine. He
Good.
just banged knees, and he was at practice today. He should be fine.
Wonderful news there.
Yeah, had a couple on YouTube that were asking about that, and some people curious here in the restaurant as well. Another segment coming up with Coach Pearl a little bit later on. Denver Jones will join us here on the stage as we'll continue to talk a little men's basketball.
Wait. Denver Jones is in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, just walked in the door. Denver Jones.
Now that's an
Let's
intro.
take that to break.
That's an
a
intro.
great day. Hey,
Yeah.
how about it? Do you want to just give the out cue yourself?
No, you got it.
All
man.
right.
You got it.
We're back after this. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Live Sports Radio, bringing you inside Neville Arena for all the action of men's and women's basketball game day with no delay. Every dunk, block shot, and steal, plus all the analysis from our Hall of Fame coaches, all with no delay. $25 new or $10 to reprogram the one you already have. Also, use it for every broadcast of home baseball and softball games this spring, all with no delay. With Live Sports Radio, presented by Alfa Insurance.
Kia of Auburn is happy to connect the Kia brand to the Auburn fans. Our winning lineup has something for everyone at almost any budget. SUVs like the Telluride, Sorrento, and Sportage. You prefer a sedan? Check out the Rio, Forte, Soul, or the Sporty Stinger. And don't forget our new multi-purpose vehicles, the Carnival, or our amazing hybrid or electric vehicles. Kia of Auburn is a proud supporter of Auburn Athletics. Kia of Auburn, where you're always number one. Whoa, Rico.
When the game goes into overtime. But the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Order Bud Light online today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Things we take for granted, ordinary opportunities for parents and their children, can be a foster child's extraordinary. You have the power to do something positive that will change the life of a young person right here in Alabama. Open your heart and open your home to a foster child today. For more information, visit www.dhr.alabama.gov or call 1-866-64-AL-KIDS. Brought to you by the Alabama Department of Human Resources, the Alabama Broadcasters Association, and this station.
Welcome back on Tiger Talk from Baumhower's Victory Grill. Auburn head coach Bruce Pearl alongside. We'll be joined a bit later by Auburn's Denver Jones joining us tonight. Of course, Tiger Talk presented by Alfa Insurance. Plus, the Auburn Tigers put their trust in Auburn AV. Every home game for the best fan experience, and so should you. Bring the game day experience home when you have Auburn AV design and install your home entertainment system, whether it's for nearly 10,000 at Neville Arena or your best friends at your home. Auburn AV has what you need. Learn more at auburnav.com. Bradford.
All right, let's go back to the audience. Reed has a question. Reed's going to get a gift card to Alumni Hall.
Wow.
Ooh, all right.
That's
War
awesome.
Eagle, Coach.
Hey, War Eagle, Reed, how you doing?
Just a random question. You've been coaching for a long time, one of the greatest of all time. Who was your biggest influences on becoming a head coach, or who made you want to become a head coach?
Well, Dr. Tom Davis was my mentor, and he was a head coach at Boston College when I walked on and was a student there. And then when I was 22 years old, he took the Stanford job. I was actually 21. I hadn't even graduated from college yet. He got the job in late March, and I was due to graduate in May that year. And at that point, I was a senior, and I was working for him as an assistant. And I went to Stanford to start a coach. So Dr. Tom Davis was my mentor.
Good stuff.
Thank you, Reed.
Is there anything that you say? I mean, you're pretty authentic. Your thoughts are generally your original thoughts. But is there anything that's become a mainstay in a practice or a game that is from somebody else?
Oh gosh, well, Tom Davis is the foundation of what we do offensively. Is Dr. Tom Davis?
Yeah.
Our flex cut, reverse action, our underlast get out of bounds, so 1-4 flat. Just. A lot of things. I worked for him for 14 years, and I mean, he taught me a great deal. He was a brilliant coach and a great man, cared about the kids, very patient, way more patient than I was. One of the great pieces of advice that Tom gave me, he said, look, when you leave here and you go out on your own, do what we do because you know it. Don't try to pick apart 1,000 different systems and do a bunch of different things. You know this, the foundation of this system, right? The second thing he said is don't try to be me. Be you so that you can be authentic. And I thought it was really good because he and I are completely different as far as the personalities and so on and so forth. And that was great advice to me. I give that advice to people all the time. Just be yourself.
Back to the audience. Jacob.
We've got Michael.
All right, Michael.
Hey, Michael.
Hey, Coach. So, Coach, you and your players get a lot of recognition on the national spotlight, but sometimes your assistants don't get put out there enough. Can you talk about your great staff that you've assembled here at Auburn and the job they do at scouting, recruiting, and everything to help you out? And also, how big is it to have Auburn fans on the road when we play away from Neville Arena?
Good crowd last night.
Yeah, it was a great crowd last night. We had more people there than Vanderbilt, which was amazing, and you could hear it on television. It came right through the screen. And fortunately, we gave them a little something to cheer about.
Yeah.
I have the best staff in the country. Our staff hasn't jumped in the transfer portal. They've been together for a long time. Auburn's done a good job of helping me reward my staff. I don't mind telling you that the year we went to the Final Four in 2019, for a variety of different reasons, we were one of the most underpaid staffs in the SEC. That had something to do with the youth of our staff, and also some of the things that we had gone through with the NCAA when we were kind of fighting for our jobs. We weren't getting pay raises or any kind of increases or things like that, and the rest of the league was taking a big jump on us. Now, after 2019, we've made the adjustment, and our staff is well paid and competitively so. But if you want good people, you got to take care of them, right? If you want them, you can't compliment them, and then don't reward them. And so I want to thank Auburn for obviously recognizing the work ethic and the quality of my staff. So Stephen Pearl's my associate head coach. He on a number of different occasions he could have left to be a head coach anywhere else, but he is locked in here to try to help us, win championships, and he'll be a great head coach someday, and hopefully he'll be our next head coach. Ira Bowman is probably my most experienced recruiter and a great teacher of individual development. Does just a phenomenal job. One of the most valuable assistants in the country, Ira Bowman. He just he does so many different things for us, and obviously the character issues and the work ethic issues, all that stuff is so very important. I've had Chad Pruitt's been with me 10 years. Mike Bergamas's been with me for 8 years. Ian Borders has been with me for 7 years. Maddox Jeffries has been a manager and a grad student, and now he's director of operations. All these guys have been on my staff. Marquise Daniels, the director of player development. Brian Stith, graduate assistant. Jeff Gray, graduate assistant. And really, truly, I haven't had any really new hires until this past year, Corey Williams. So I don't mind telling you, I always tell recruits, I said, look, I would say as it relates to coaches in the SEC, I'm in the upper half of the SEC coaches. I want to let them know that, there are great coaches in this league. but, your head coach is in the upper half. But he's got the best staff in the country.
Another fantastic answer. Well said. Thank you very much, Michael, for the question.
All right, Tony on YouTube. Here's our off the wall question.
I almost didn't want to get into this
we're
too.
good.
I hope it's okay that you know what? Just roll the die. Go with it, Andy.
Does it matter to you what jerseys, what uniforms you're wearing? Blue, white, orange.
What's your favorite?
Whatever the players want to wear.
Really?
Yeah, whatever they want to wear. I'm not a big fan of wearing a color that's not our color. White, orange, or blue, or what we're going to wear. I'm not a big fan of the grays or the blacks or different colors. Any of those colors are fine. Whatever the kids want to wear.
Got it.
Like I think when we go on the road, we even sometimes talk to the kids about what they want to wear.
Got it.
Yep.
All right. Thank you very much, Tony, for the question. Coach, before we let you go, trademarks of a Chris Beard team, trademarks of this Ole Miss team that's coming in here Saturday and keys to getting the win.
Well, they're going to guard. They're going to be physical. They're going to play. They're going to play hard. They're going to have. Right now. I mean, look, this is a talented roster. They got four guys in the backcourt. 1 through 4, and then they got 2 7-footers at the center. But I mean, Brakefield is a fourth year guy, and a guy that we recruited out of Duke. Matthew Morrell, we recruited him out of Memphis High School. These guys have both been on campus, and they've been Auburn killers, right, for years, right? Al being there, and they got a guard from St. Peter's that was one of the guards that beat Kentucky.
Jalen Murray.
Yeah, Jalen Murray. So those 4 guards right there, and then they got a couple of kids that got eligible, around the middle of the year, which we weren't expecting. Musa Cisse transferred from Oklahoma State and Memphis, and another kid, Brandon Murray, who was at LSU and then Georgetown, and now he's at Ole Miss. So they've got a very talented roster, a very experienced roster, and there's obviously a lot in the line. They're what? They're 15-2.
15-2. 2-2 in the SEC.
So let's go.
Thank you for the visit tonight.
Let's let's be loud and let's have the best crowd of the year on Saturday night.
Tud says he's buying 50 Outlive shirts for his staff.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Yep.
Tremendous.
Tud does that every year. That's
all right.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
There it is. War Eagle. Head coach Bruce Pearl with us here on Tiger Talk tonight. When we come back, we'll hear from Denver Jones about the season so far and the matchup against Ole Miss Saturday night. Stay with us. Tiger Talk continues in a moment.
You know that feeling when you're doing what you love? You're in the zone, truly and fully alive, lost in thought. You know what you're not thinking about? Insurance. That's where Alfa comes in. Alfa handles all things insurance, so you're free to do anything. So get out there and live your best life. Whatever your thing is, we've got you covered. That's life with Alfa Insurance. Visit alfainsurance.com to learn more.
Take it from me, basketball season is a grind. That's why it's great to get away and recharge in my Ford F-150 truck. With available Pro Power on board, which lets me use F-150 as a mobile generator, I can enjoy the great outdoors while watching games and highlights on my flat screen TV. Relaxation. Check out the official truck of the Auburn Tigers at your local Ford dealer and tell them Bruce Pearl sent you. See Owner's Manual for important operating instructions. Some models, trims, and features may not be available and may be subject to change.
Tiger fans, it's game day. Time to put on the team colors, set up the tailgate, and enjoy some football. Of course, no tailgate is complete without Golden Flake snacks. From our crispy potato chips and light and airy pork skins to our deliciously cheesy cheese puffs, you're certain to score big. So grab a bag of Golden Flakes or any of our other delicious snacks from the Utz family of brands. It's game time. Tailgate with Golden Flake, celebrating 66 years as the official salty snack of the Auburn Tigers.
When the game goes into overtime. But the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Order Bud Light online today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
You're listening to Tiger Talk from the Auburn Sports Network. Back to Andy and Brad.
Welcome back to Baumhower's Victory Grill, Bent Creek Road in Auburn. Terrific crowd here tonight. And I don't think that I can introduce our next guest as enthusiastically as the head basketball coach did a little while ago.
That's a heck of an intro.
Sure was, but we'll give it a shot anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Denver Jones. All right, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm a little tired. Got in a little late last night, but I'm feeling fine.
And a practice and a workout today. And, man, I'll tell you, just talk about how to, at this point you're kind of used to it, but the grind of being an athlete mid-season, you're here at the start of the conference schedule, but the importance of rest and recovery to get you back and ready to go out there again.
Oh, yeah, it's very important. It's very strong mentally, been very strong mentally as well. It's something because you're going to be very fatigued, also just traveling, playing games, practicing the very next day right when you get back. So, no, I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Rest and recovery important. Water?
We're getting some water.
We can get water for Denver. Sure we can.
Here we go.
All right. Marlene to the rescue.
Nice. Thank you, Marlene. There we go.
All right. We'll take a – there we are. We want Denver at his best.
Bro.
All right.
I've been coming down with something. It's been very hard the last couple of days.
All right.
But yeah, like most people don't really understand, like you just have to be very strong mentally coming back from traveling, playing games. So that's what I'll probably say.
Let me ask you a question because we knew coming in, we knew of your reputation as a shooter. What we have learned, especially of late, is your defensive prowess at the top of the defense. More times than not of late, when the opponent's best player is a guard, we see you out there in that man-to-man defense. Has that always been part of your game, or is that just what we did not know about your game here at Auburn?
I feel like growing up, I always been known just for my ability to score the ball and not really as much as playing defense. And when I got here, Bruce, BP, he was the main one that told me about my defense, and I told him that I was going to take that challenge and I wanted to be one of the best two-way players in the league. And every day in practice, I push myself every day trying to guard the quickest person, fastest person to help me with my defense. So when game time comes, I'm up to that challenge. I accept the challenge.
Well, you've done that well so far.
No question.
Yeah.
BP has talked about the importance of being honest with guys as you're looking to make a move, you're in the transfer portal. Talk about those conversations with Coach Pearl and I guess your role on this team compared to at your previous school.
That was one of the main reasons why I trust BP like wholeheartedly, simply just because me and him had a lot of conversations, and I feel like he was one of the main people that kept it real with me when he came to visit me. And coming here, I already knew that wasn't going to be the same as when I was at FIU, but I knew I was going to be surrounded with a lot better players and more people that want to make it to the next level just like I do and that want to win. So that was one of the main reasons why I ended up coming here.
Yeah. All right, let's go out to the audience.
We've got Julie.
Hey, Denver, War Eagle.
War Eagle.
So 2 questions. First of all, is there a story behind you being named Denver? And secondly, do you have any cool pregame, like superstitions or rituals that you do?
Okay, so the first question, crazy question. So my older brother, his name is Dallas.
Oh.
And my dad, he's a Cowboys fan. So he named my brother after his favorite football team. And then you could kind of say it's a little superstition around the Denver Broncos. Like he named me after his second favorite football team. But I feel like my uncle, he kind of gave my dad that idea as well, simply because they all like the name Denver. So that's how I ended up getting the name.
Okay. Do you have any other siblings?
Oh, yeah, I have an older sister.
Okay.
What's
but
her
no
name?
no other brothers, though.
Mm.
Man, missed opportunity with Detroit, you know. The D name.
All right, what about pregame rituals?
Yeah.
I'll probably say pregame ritual. I wear one thing. I pray before every game.
Right.
That's my pregame ritual. I wouldn't be in this position if it wasn't for my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Right.
And that's one thing that I really take pride in.
Good. Good for you.
Amen.
Yeah.
Back out to the crowd.
We've got Cameron.
Cameron.
Are you enjoying your first year at Auburn?
Oh, yeah, I love Auburn. My favorite thing about Auburn is the fans and the love and support that I get from the community.
Thank you, Cameron.
Thank you, Cameron.
Wow,
Great
those
question.
are 2 really good questions.
I know.
I'm not saying that just because she's the boss's daughter.
No, you wouldn't do a thing.
No,
like that.
heck no.
All right, Denver. What do you see out of this Ole Miss team? Describe the challenge that you guys have. They have some awfully good guard play. coming in. Just talk about this matchup Saturday, if you would.
Oh, I know they're going to be a really athletic team. They have a big man that I actually played against last year. He was in my league. I know they have a former player that used to play here, Al. You know, so I know I played against him. He's a great player as well. So I feel like with us, we just got to match the physicality, being able to just sit down and guard those lead guards.
All right. What is it like for you to play in front of the jungle?
Man. Look, the first thing I asked Janai when I first got here was how was it playing in the jungle? And he said, bro, like, there's nothing like it. And he was like, every game, every home game, when you about to run out there on the court for warm-ups, he said he get chills.
Yeah.
And my very first game out there, I got the chills in my arms, legs, everywhere. And it just made me that much more excited to play in front of the fans.
We're glad you're here.
Coach Pearl challenged the fans to make it the loudest game of the season Saturday night against Ole Miss. Think maybe we could recreate some of those chills if it's loud enough.
Yeah, I'm about to say I seen we broke the record 2 games straight, right, for attendance from fans. So I feel like we can do that. I got real confidence.
Yeah. Good stuff. Denver, thank you very much for coming out.
We appreciate it.
I appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
All right, Denver Jones with us here. We'll wrap up tonight's show. It's Tiger Talk, and this is the Auburn Sports Network from Playfly.
Get ready to say War Eagle and sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game as Auburn baseball tickets are now on sale for the 2024 season. Don't miss any of the 32 exciting home games at Plainsman Park as Butch Thompson and your 15th ranked Auburn Tigers are set to host Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky, Ole Miss, and Alabama this season. Opening day on the Plains is set for Friday, February 16th versus Eastern Kentucky. Tickets start at just $12. You can secure yours today at aubtix.com. War Eagle.
Don't stop planning for your future. Don't stop investing in your kids' education. Don't stop dreaming of that new home. And don't stop growing your business. Whatever you're passionate or dreaming about, don't stop. Because when you have a bank you can trust, you have the confidence to take on tomorrow. Speak with a Trustmark associate today for advice on achieving your goals. Trustmark. People you trust, advice that works. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is the moment you've been waiting for.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our home.
When you step onto the court and into the spotlight. The moment to show that hard work and long days pay off. Because when that final shot leaves your hands and we leave our seats, that powerful moment connects us all.
Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers.
Power for a better Alabama.
The game has changed, and the future of Auburn athletics now demands a strong NIL program. I'm Jason Campbell. Let's come together, Auburn family, and make a lasting impact. Visit OnToVictory.com. Every dollar you contribute to On to Victory helps create NIL opportunities for our student athletes. Visit www.ontovictory.com and be a part of changing the game for Auburn athletics.
Welcome back on Tiger Talk, final segment. We wrap things up tonight. Reminder to you, Auburn and Ole Miss Saturday night at 7:30. Our pregame coverage on the Auburn Sports Network begins at 7. Auburn women's basketball on Sunday at 2. It's DeWanna Bonner Day at Neville Arena. They will unveil her name and number in the rafters at Neville Arena as Auburn plays host to Alabama. 1:45 the broadcast with Britt and Dr. Larry to share.
In like 20 seconds or less, can you talk about DeWanna Bonner and what it was like to call her games?
2-time All-American, 6'4" player that could play any place on the floor and do it without effort. She's top 10 already in the WNBA scoring, wants to be top 5 by the time her career is over.
That was a player worthy of having that jersey retired. She is it, and that's Sunday. All right, Cameron asked such good questions, we brought her on stage and put her on camera for those watching on YouTube. General Manager of the Auburn Sports Network is Ben Harling. Tim Walker, our engineer. Producer on site, Jacob Hillman. Our Skyview producer is Quinn Brackeen. For Bruce Pearl, Denver Jones, Jeff Graba, the voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham. I'm Brad Law. War Eagle, thanks for listening to Tiger Talk, presented by Alfa Insurance.
You've been listening to Tiger Talk, presented by Alfa Insurance. Auto, home, life. business, Alfa Insurance covers it all. Tonight's show has also been brought to you by the Alabama Department of Public Health. Don't wait, vaccinate. Protect yourself and others by staying current on all recommended vaccines. Visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM. By the simple Southern goodness of Golden Flake, celebrating 66 years as the official salty snack of the Auburn Tigers. Alabama Power, proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers. Alabama Power, power for a better Alabama. And by Wind Creek Hotel and Casino, with 3 Alabama locations in Atmore, Montgomery, and Wetumpka. You can escape every day at Wind Creek Hotel and Casino and windcreekcasino.com. Tiger Talk is an exclusive presentation of the Auburn Sports Network, a division of Playfly Sports.